Get out now. That's what some people are doing, what some people are trying to do right now, and what some large whales want you to do right now. We're going to talk about that. Also, talk about why you want to get out now of exchanges, because there's just another huge hack. We're going to go through what's happening in the market too. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. And there's also a link down there to Patreon in case you want to know what I'm buying or selling, and to BitGet as well. Now, I will say I'm having some kind of like allergic reaction. So, in case my speech is a little bit weird, I apologize for that. Not sure exactly what's going on. Took a Zyrtec, and we'll see if we can make it through a video here. Bitcoin moving up a little bit on the 24 hours. This is pretty interesting. After yesterday, everyone was so down in the dumps, and I talked about how looked like some manipulation might happen soon. We might be forced down under 25 too. We were forced down under 25, but we still made a higher low, just slightly by a couple $100 here. So we're not necessarily in a downtrend yet, a confirmed downtrend. If we break this, then it will look kind of bearish. Now, I will say there is a death cross happening right now, which is where the 50-day moving average, the simple moving average, falls below the 200-day simple moving average. And in the past, when we've done this, we actually have seen pumps where we can move up pretty significantly. I mean, we've seen 40% pumps after this happens, and then it continues the downtrend. So just keep in mind, we could see more blood in the water, blood in the streets here on Bitcoin, and some people want you to see that. I was talking to another investor yesterday that has nearly $1 million in cryptocurrency, and he was saying he thinks that we're going to see a downtrend. The reason for that is if you're some big institution that wants to pile a lot of money into crypto, what's the best way to get everyone out of the market, to get everyone selling? Well, you dump below the previous low, and then you continue to fall down until you break the prior lows. You break 15.5, and then everyone will go bearish. That's when you buy a significant amount. It doesn't really matter where it's at. It could be 15,000, 14,000, 13,000, anywhere in there. And then go back up. That would be max pain. Now, I'm not so sure we'll break new lows. Honestly, I'd be okay with that because for me, the market looks pretty bullish, at least crypto. The outlook over the coming few years is really bullish. Now, that doesn't mean price action is bullish. We have almost a double top here, and it looks like we might confirm a downtrend here. So the short term, I don't know what's going to happen with price, but I'm okay with that because I have been very diligent with keeping some cash around. I've been saying that Bitcoin dominance, I think, is going to go up. And what we've seen is that's exactly the case. We went from 39% back in November, and we bounced off the trend line. We were close to it this time, and now it looks like we might be moving back up. We're near 50% on Bitcoin dominance, the highest that we've been in about a month. So I think that it's very likely that we could see dominance continue to move up. And I've been saying consistently that I'm over 80% Bitcoin in my crypto portfolio. And I do have cash on the sidelines. So I am happy if this happens. Now, I'm not saying it's going to, but I think that it could be taken as an opportunity to continue to dollar cost average. And while some people are getting out now, while some people are selling or fearful that we could fall down further, I think that's the wrong way of looking at it. The asset, Bitcoin, is the same asset it was a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. The only difference is, I think, in my opinion, it's less risky than it's ever been. We have a lot of politicians turning pro. We have a lot of institutional investors turning pro. And we can actually see that here. Fund giant Franklin Templeton plots spot Bitcoin ETF. They have $1.4 trillion in assets under management, and they're also going to try to get an ETF as well. Now, this adds to the list of BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, WisdomTree, VanEck, GlobalX, ARK Invest, Bitwise, Valkyrie. ARK Invest makes a lot of headlines, but they have $14 billion in assets under management. That is so small compared to Franklin Templeton. They're 100 times bigger. Now, overall, the total assets managed, $17.7 trillion. So you want to talk about something bullish? A lot of people are trying to get into the Bitcoin game, and that's going to be happening at some point. Hopefully, you can hold your coins long enough to get there, because some people can't. CoinEx reportedly hacked for more than $27 million. Cryptocurrency exchange CoinEx may be the latest high-profile victim of malicious on-chain activity, with various Twitter accounts pointing to more than $27 million in suspicious token outflows. So it's still a little bit questionable, but I have been seeing a lot of news on this. So just a friendly reminder to get your crypto out now of exchanges. The title and thumbnail play in two respects. One, people are trying to get you out of crypto, and you probably shouldn't get out. But the other reason for that title and thumbnail is just because you do want to get your crypto off of centralized exchanges, unless you're just trading, in which case you have to know what you're doing and know that that's what the crypto is on there for. So keep that in mind. Now, we also got some other news. Visa publishes a deep dive on Solana. A high-performance blockchain network acknowledges that Solana achieves finality in a shorter time than many other blockchains. Another thing, just pointing out that Solana is looking good for the long term in terms of crypto adoption. Now, it is down a lot in the last 7 days, down 12%. And this is something that I thought could happen, especially with the news of FTX and all that, possibly pushing down Solana's price. Keep in mind that FTX holds a large portion of Solana, but a lot of it is locked up until 2028. Now, tomorrow we do have CPI. The day after we do have PPI. So that's really what's going to be driving markets. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see some fearfulness in the market, to see more crypto Twitter users freak out over the coming days. If we see 25,000 or 24,500, then a lot of people will be selling, calling for a downtrend. And honestly, I'll just continue to dollar cost average if that happens. I'm happy to wait another year until we start moving back up, or a year and a half. I don't think it's going to take that long, but I'm happy to continue to wait if that's what it takes, because I do think Bitcoin is going to do fantastic in the next bull run. I do think once the Fed turns, we're going to see a lot of liquidity come back into the system, and people will buy Bitcoin, people will buy altcoins. Crypto typically does well when liquidity goes up. It's really just a measure of liquidity in the end. So let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, you can check out BitGet. You can check out the link to the Patreon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.